Red Cross volunteers from here in Southwest Florida are heading into that zone, the northern Gulf Coast, the storm zone ahead of Hurricane Laura. 4 in Your Corner's Christina Evans with a look at what's motivating them to go despite the extra complications of the pandemic.
Hurricane Laura is the first major hurricane of the season, so a few Southwest Florida volunteers are headed out to the front lines.
Our local chapter is actually sending 8 of those volunteers. They're going between Texas and Louisiana to help support the sheltering operations that are going to be happening there.
Local volunteers boarded their flights this morning to meet up with other Red Cross volunteers from around the country. They're all meeting in Houston and Baton Rouge, where the real work begins.
So for Hurricane Laura, we'll be helping to staff some evacuation centers, and those also might turn into some post-storm shelters depending on the impact of the storm.
This year, preparations for a major hurricane include more training because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Our volunteers have all been trained on COVID protocols. Our shelters have implemented a few additional screenings, such as a health screening when you enter the shelter, an isolation area for anyone who might become sick or display symptoms.
Social distancing measures will also be in place as volunteers pack relief bags with food, toys, masks, and hand sanitizers for evacuees. Those needing to stay overnight in shelters will have a bit more space than usual.
When we do set up that dormitory area, then the cots will be spaced out a bit farther apart than we used to pre-COVID.
Jill insists that the new guidelines in place will help the Red Cross fulfill its mission to serve disaster areas safely for volunteers and evacuees. She also warns us here in Southwest Florida to be prepared for the next storm that may come our way.
While this storm is not immediately impacting Florida, now's the time to get ready, to make your own plans, to get your emergency kits in order, to make sure that you're staying informed.
Red Cross is still in need of volunteers for the remainder of hurricane season. And if you would like to get involved, I'll have that information up for you on our website at fox4now.com. Christina Evans, Fox 4 in your corner.
Thank you, Christina.